Beginning a new year means your W-2s should be on the way if they're not already there. So as we are gathering all of the information together for our taxes, a good question to ask is, are you getting the most out of your 2009 tax deductions? And as we're doing that, we should start to think about how to plan for 2010. Here to give us some tips today is Nick Harroz, the president of Mark I Asset Management and a CPA. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so let's start off with 2009. What can a taxpayer receive deductions for?
Well, for certain items paid for during 2009, you can receive a deduction on your 2009 taxes. Common example would be property taxes that are due before December 31st, 2009. If you paid those during 2009, deduction for those. Another thing that sometimes people overlook is they make charitable contributions during the year, but they don't always go through their files and figure out how much they made in charitable contributions. So, you know, items you made to your church or another qualified charity is a good things to look at.
Definitely, that's true. Are there commonly overlooked deductions?
Yes, there's a couple of things that come to mind. First of all, during 2009, a lot of people lost their jobs, and job hunting expenses, things like traveling related to jobs, like if you had to travel to Dallas for a job interview, whether it's successful or not, that's deductible. Cost of sending out resumes, postage, things like that. So those are another thing. Another thing that people tend to overlook is if you have an investment advisor, your investment fees are deductible, subject to certain limitations.
Really?
So you'll need to, for fee-based asset management, you'll need to check that.
So keep all your receipts.
Absolutely, and go back through your files and be sure you have everything before you turn it over to your tax professional.
Wow. What investment should a taxpayer look for in 2010?
Well, I think we had an unprecedented couple of year stretch. The market bottomed on March 9th of 2009, and we've seen an increase in the Dow of over 50%. If you kind of look at that we're kind of on the bottom of the recession, getting ready to cover, I think there's a few sectors that are worth looking at. Things like metals, mining, energy, and materials, technology would be good sectors to try to do some analysis in.
That is good. That is good. So I guess, does the recovering economy affect us in what we should invest in, which you kind of already answered that, but does that, I know that with the economy as it is, does that change the way we should invest?
Absolutely. At this time, as like, for example, in metals, steel and will become more used as infrastructure as we start building again. In mining, copper is used in type of infrastructure. So those kind of sectors. Energy, as we start to put people back to work, as we start to consume more, that's going to be a high demand, especially with some international exposure in the energy. Technology, we come back to this infrastructure. When you put people back to work, they're going to need computers and servers and things to work in. So making those type of sector bets can be pretty advantageous to an investor in an environment like this.
Are there things that we used to invest in that we probably shouldn't anymore?
Well, I think that retail is kind of difficult right now. You have to really, in that sector of the market, really do your homework, because certain retailers, like the luxury people, have had a pretty rough season, where some of your discount retailers have had a better season. Also, I think that it would help to look internationally, specifically Asia. China is a big player now, also, and then Eastern Europe. Western Europe has suffered worse than we have, but Eastern Europe has more of a free market system and more a capitalistic system, and they are, after 20 years post-communism, they're really ready to participate in the market. So those emerging markets like Asia and Eastern Europe are good places to look for too.
You are great. Wow, lots of knowledge there. Okay, so tell us your company's website.
Our company's website is mark1wealth.com.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Wonderful tips and advice. Thanks.
Thank you for having me.